My name is Margaret Ann Windsor, and I wanted to try to make this video that goes up even. I'm trying to add here. I've put so many on videos on it, and I've Facebook. And this has been going on for so long in the early 70s when I knew that murders and illnesses were being done in patterns. I didn't know the mechanism used, and later when I did a book, I had always worked for doctors, and I worked for the district attorney, and I worked part-time for attorneys a few times over the years. But in 77, 78, I wrote about mind control and the fact that you can program people to go out and kill or make it look like they've killed themselves, which is mind control used on them. Their victims make it look like suicide. You can cure illnesses, cancer, etc. You can cause it to come about. I wanted to make this short, though. I told about the patterns. I had a book in 77, 78, MD, A License to Kill. And Larry Flint was shot next door to me. I was in Marietta, and he was shot in Lawrenceville. And in April of 84, Childers, that's the name they gave me here. I was kidnapped and brought here in 41 and given the name of Peggy Dempsey and married Childers of twins, which fit into the patterns a lot. In this article, he said that I knew who was responsible for his shooting. And I was flown out there when Larry McDonald, the Dr. Congressman, one of them I wrote about, his plane went down August the 31st of 83. And I began finding out about my kidnapping. And my father is the real King Edward VIII. A very good man, and that's not what history leaves you with. 9 years still on his takedown by his own brother. This is the double that married Wallace. That was all a lie. I was born in 39, and my uncle, which is Elizabeth's father, George, this was in 39 with Roosevelt, and they're planning my kidnapping in 41. I'm Victoria II, legal heir to the British Crown. Now then, my mom's name is Claudia O'Keefe, and my father was legally wed to her. He never had anything to do with that. It was all a lie. So what I wanted to say here, if I can get this across without going into too much detail, because people kind of, I don't know if they listen to it or take it serious or not. But where I'm living now, I've lived here in Quality Inn Airport since January the 12th of 80. I'm sorry, January the 12th of last year, 13. So I've been here almost 14, going on 15 months. But I'm allergic to chemicals. I get deathly ill, and they've used that on me. And I want to insert here where I'm living, the guy that just came in, and they're doing things they think are cute, but they're doing it for real. They're making me run. They've used chemicals on me, and it's tearing down my system. But this has been ongoing. If I can get this across, it's been a life of hell all along. But being allergic to chemicals, that makes your immune system attack itself. I guess I don't guess, it's an immune disorder. So at the moment, I'm 75. I'm in such bad shape, and it won't stop unless the people who are doing it to me tell it. Let me say this, on June the 23rd, which is my dad's birthday, by the way, King Edward VIII, but it was 79, of course, I got a letter from the FBI, U.S. Attorney, ongoing investigation, national security involved. Well, it's been ongoing hell for me, but they were doing patterns of killing people off or having them shoot or kill using mind control in patterns. And I was given antifreeze April the 1st of 80, and ended up illegally across the state line with my brain. I should have died. It was holy hell. Anyway, I ended up working for Fred Simpson, the district attorney in Huntsville, passing a background check. But Simpson was a clue to my identity. Like Wallace Simpson was supposed to marry my dad and supposed to have given up the crown and become the Duke and Duchess of Windsor, which is a total lie. My dad was married to my mom. I was born the legal heir of Victoria II in 39 and kidnapped. Now then, I said this, that I'm allergic to chemicals, and they have used this on me. Well, all my life when I look back, I didn't know that I had an immune disorder, okay? And that was my reaction to the chemicals if I were force-fed them. If it's in your home and you can't get away from it and you can't stop it, you just have to run like they've done me. And Carl Barton was a retired Virginia State Trooper back in '09, and he was up at the Roanoke Mountain Campground. It's Interior Department or National Park campground, and you pay for it and everything. There weren't that many there. It was 1st of August of '09, and they came around and talked with me, and lo and behold, that night, my tent, I had a Sierra one, which I'm kept penniless almost. Anyway, in the middle of the night, fuel was poured on the tent with me in it, and I had to crawl out and sit at the bench all night till the next day. Well, the next day it looks like that they're the host, retired State Trooper Carl Barton. By the way, Carl is the name of the twin, which they gave me that identity when they kidnapped me and brought me to Moulton. The twins were dead, Peggy and Carl, even born in different years than they gave me. As far as I know, I was born in '39. But one being, Carl Barton, his wife brought me down to Affordable Corporate Suites and paid the security deposit. And if you don't know the background on it, it looks like all these people are doing me a favor, and I'm just taking off and running and begging, and unless it gets into court and it stopped, I don't stand a chance. But I tried to hug her because I was just reached out to hug her for paying the security deposit, and for 17 months I sucked up chemicals. That's what I've been doing because law enforcement's involved in it, and there's nothing I can do. An attorney won't take it. One did, and he suddenly up and left a few years back. And anyway, I went into Affordable Corporate Suites, and I started to hug Linda, the state trooper's wife, and she pulled away from me, and she said, "No, this is how we run you with chemicals." Well, I knew that. It was shocking to hear her say it, but my word's no good, to people. And I began to wonder, well, how about the fuel that was poured on in the middle of the night up there, and that's when you bring me down here. And I'm going to go into this real quick. A response to them bringing me there about 14 days later, after August 14th of '09, state trooper, and he wasn't retired then, his last name's Childs, Childs. Now, there gets more to this than patterns, but I can't tell it all here. It takes up too much, and I'm just going to say this. It's a takeoff on Childers, Childs, Childs, and he's a state trooper like the state trooper's wife that brought me there. And it's just about 2 weeks later, or maybe not that much, that his daughter, Heidi, and her friend, who's a son of a doctor, were shot out in the National Forest, Jefferson National Forest, near Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech's where the mind control murders, mass murders happened in '07. And I've lived in the National Forest. So much has happened to me. I've been forced to live there and run over the years and freeze and starve. And that's near here. The Virginia Tech is Roanoke. So anyway, his State Trooper Childs' wife, I believe it is named Laura. Well, Laura is my ex-husband, or he's deceased, John. He was CIA, by the way. I didn't know it till later, but his sister, and their names are used in this over the years. This is ongoing. And her name's Laura. Childers Klein. She lives out